Okay, so this tutorial is going to be looking at selections and layer masks. And I'll start off by showing you what a layer mask is, because I'm pretty sure you know what a selection is. So we start by duplicating our background, and you can make a layer mask just here with this button down the bottom, add layer mask. And you'll see what comes up is this white box over here. And basically the way the layer mask works is that anything white in this box will show up whatever's white on whatever's in this image under that white space, and anything black in this box will be transparent, so you'll be able to see through to the layers underneath. And to show you what I mean, I'll just hide this background layer, and I'll select a black color, and we'll go to paintbrush. Okay, so now notice that I'm selected the layer box. I'm not painting on the image. So with the black, you can see here how it makes it see-through, and you can see the black come up there. And if I was to choose a grey colour, it would become a sort of a semi-transparent. You can see that it's semi-transparent here. Okay, and if I wanted to make these see-through again, I just need to make it white. So I can do that by changing it back to a white colour and simply painting over all of that. Okay, so that's basically what is happening with the layer mask. It just allows you to make certain parts of the image visible and other parts invisible. So we'll just go back to where we were, and we can delete this layer. Okay, we'll start again. Duplicate layer. Okay, so now I'll show you with a selection. You can make various types of selections. There's a few tools here. You can make a quick selection. You can use various lasso tools here, or you can make or use these sort of shaped tools here. I'll go with this elliptical one here. So you can make a shape. Here's a simple shape, and if you want to adjust that shape, you go down to transform selection here, and you can turn it around. You can stretch it out and do all sorts of things here with it, and then when you're happy with it, just click on the tick. Okay, and so that's changed the shape. Now, the way the selection is, if I hide that background layer again, I'll go to an eraser and I'll show you everything inside this circle is selected. So that means if I use my eraser, I'm only able to apply it to whatever's inside the circle. Now, if for example I wanted to erase everything that's outside the circle, I can come up here to select and go inverse, and now everything outside the circle is selected, so it's inverted the selection. Okay, and that can be handy for various reasons depending on what you want to do to an image. Okay, we go back a couple of steps. There we are. Now, what I can do with an image at this stage, or like this, if I wanted to just take that selection and move it somewhere else, I come up here to my move tool, and I can simply drag it and drop it in another image somewhere else. Okay, and it creates a new layer with that image here, and you can manipulate it and do whatever you like there. The other thing you can do at this stage, you could either erase everything around it so that you've just got your selection there, or what you can do is create a layer mask, and I'll click on that layer mask, and you can see it's basically cut it out for me, although it hasn't actually cut it out or erased anything, because you'll see that it's still here. And if I was to if I was to, which colour do I want? I can paint, and the image is still underneath there, and I can make any sorts of adjustments that I want. Now the next thing that you'll notice that you can do is actually you can refine this this mask here, and you go up to Refine Mask, and generally that allows you to play around with this edge here. There's various views that you can look at this on white. You can look at an overlay, reveal the layer underneath, just whatever works best so that you can see the image best. So I'll stick with black there, and I'll probably feather this edge so that it's a nice soft edge to it. And I can either apply that just to the layer mask, or I can set it to create a new layer, or a new layer with layer mask. I think that's probably the best one to go with, new layer with layer mask. And the reason is that the original is always still kept then. And you can always go back to that and re-edit that if you want. The other thing that you'll notice is that there is this link here, and what that essentially does is it links the mask with the image. So if, for example, I wanted to move this image around, both the mask and the image move together. However, if I uncouple it, or unlink the mask as it's called, and I choose the layer mask here, I can actually move that layer mask around independently of the image underneath it. And if I then select the image, I can then move the image around independently of the layer mask. And that just allows you to make all sorts of adjustments, so they're not locked together all the time. And that's basically just some simple selections and simple understanding of what a layer mask is and how it works.